Pull the trigger. Oh no. Oh no. I said half press it. Leave it. Just leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. That's right. What's going on, YouTube?
Yo, what's up?
Hope everyone's having a fantastic Tuesday night. I just wanted to give everyone a big shout out for coming through on today's episode. Today's episode is going to be a little special.
Yes.
Because Ariana's going to be doing most of the talking. We're your hosts, live with Enrique.
Ariana.
And today's topic is going to be about anime. Yeah, and I'm really excited because the love of my life here is the one that sort of brought everything together for me. Especially because I wasn't really into anime like that. I was more so into like cartoons.
Yeah. I was into both.
Yeah, I don't know. I just never was really into it. And I know some of my friends were growing up like Dragon Ball and stuff like that, but
For sure.
I was never really myself
Invested.
Right, exactly. It was just more so like baby. It was Rugrats. I was a little kid, then Tom and Jerry. And then
kind of the
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Samurai Jack. I think Samurai Jack maybe is considered an anime, right? Or was that considered a cartoon because it was out here in the West?
We'll get into that.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll get into that. But again, thank you so much for everyone that has joined us today.
Got a new setup out here.
Yeah, let us know if you prefer us to go back to the couch setup, because I mean, I like it. It looks cute over there.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think this setup is like really cute.
Yeah, you did a really great job.
It took me 2 hours to set this up. 2 hours as opposed to like 30 minutes when we're usually on the couch. It's like 10 times more work because as you see, we got mic stands and it's usually we got I forgot what they're called. I don't want to call them boom arms. They're not boom arms. They're blue compasses. So for those of you who know what blue compasses are, it's essentially like a mic mount where you like attach it to a desk or a table and you're able to mess with it there. As for a mic stand, it's literally a stand that's on the floor. And yeah, with this one, it feels a little bit odd because I'm used to like moving this back and forth or moving it as I'm like talking, and this mic stand is sort of fixed. You know, I can't really be moving this thing around, so it's a little weird. But yeah, let us know if you prefer this setup or the couch setup because I frankly don't mind. Half press, please. Thank you.
Yeah, like you have like 3 cameras here. It's just like I'm still getting used to which one to look at.
So the only ones that you're going to be looking at is this one because this is where the audience sees us.
Both of us.
And when you are talking and I'm not talking, you're going to be looking into that one.
Can you press it?
Yeah.
Pow. Did it go already? I can't see.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool.
Get out of here. Yeah, I definitely want
Yo, that's so cool.
Nice, right?
Next level.
Next level. Yeah, but no, yeah, let's jump into today's topic, anime. Why don't you take it away? Why don't you tell us, you know, because I feel like you're definitely more passionate. You're more knowledgeable on this topic. I'm fairly new to the game. I don't have a lot of animes under my belt that I've watched. I feel like a poser sometimes, like, ooh, let's watch this anime, you know. And I don't know, a lot of the times, sorry folks. A lot of the time it's like I feel like I picked some boring ones because you don't seem too invested in it.
Sorry, I'm
No, it's
really bad
okay.
at that.
No,
No.
it's fine. But yeah, go ahead. Why don't you start off the discussion for today's topic?
Well, I have a few tabs open here. And I thought we'd go very like to the beginning. 'Cause I'm gonna make it seem as if you've never really, you don't really know anything about anime. But the definition of anime says it's a hand-drawn and computer animation originating from Japan. In Japanese, anime, a term derived from the English word animation, describes all animated works regardless of style or origin.
That's what's up. That's
I've never read that the definition or what it means.
what it means.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
yeah.
anime. I obviously it's short for animation.
Correct.
But a lot of times when you think of animation, a lot of people think of Disney and their movies because those are animated as well, like Cinderella, Frozen, the new popular one. But why don't you? Yeah. So my question was earlier too, like.
And even mine too.
Yeah, I was like,
I
what
think a lot
is?
of people.
Yeah, I know because it's just like it can all get like mixed into the pot, and
Yeah.
what I think is it's so beautiful when we were talking about it is just like, oh yeah, what is the difference? And you've been watching anime for much longer, and
that it didn't really cross my mind, but
yeah,
there's actually a difference between anime and cartoons.
cartoons, yeah,
So the difference is that cartoons usually refer to Western animation, that is kind of aimed towards children, versus anime is referred to the Japanese-made animation. And unlike cartoons, it's not necessarily aimed for children. It's kind of itself its own medium, kind of like movies.
yeah. Yeah, because a lot of the animations I remember
More adult topics.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I remember I was telling you like, oh, I want to show Valeria this anime, and you're like, no, that's a bad idea. You're like, that has more.
She's not ready for that.
Right, that has like more adult ideas and more
adult conversations,
and things that children shouldn't necessarily be watching. And for those of you who don't, I don't even think I ever told them it was Cowboy Bebop is one I wanted to show her. But yeah, my question is to you, like, what was the first anime that you ever watched?
I believe it was Cowboy Bebop. My brother actually got me into it. He got me into kind of jumping off, but Shonen Jump, which showcases different artists' work that you can read. But we'll get that onto another day. But yeah, Cowboy Bebop was the first anime that I got into, and I fell in love. The last episode, I was in tears. So it definitely influenced me. It impacted my life. But we can definitely get into more detail in that, because we're hoping to kind of analyze or give our opinions of like
we want to review them,
Yeah, and provide our recommendations as well, just so that we all can just chat about it together and see what other people's opinions of it as well.
Yeah, we would definitely love to discuss not just mangas and anime, but cartoons, comic books and stuff like that.
Because Enrique and I are into both.
Yeah, I know. Well, for you, you were always, or when you grew growing up, you were reading mangas.
Yes.
And I was reading comic books. There was a few that I've gotten through the newspaper. It was just a couple Spider-Man ones. And I remember for like a couple of weeks, or I believe a month, I was consciously or making the effort to go look for some of these Marvel comic books via the newspaper.
Yeah.
Because I think it was like Chicago Sun-Times or Chicago Tribune that was providing them. And it was just a couple of Spider-Man ones, but after that, I didn't really get into it. Like, I fell off, and then I remember, my dad gave me a couple of ones that were, I believe, in, like, his grandfather's basement, and then I got a couple from, like, a flea market. And then I found that there's actually a website that allows me to read comics and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
yeah, baby.
I know, and then when I see you doing it, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And it's funny because as a photographer, Hi, Vic. Thank you so much for
Hey, girl.
joining. If you have any comments or concerns, anything you want to add to the conversation, any questions about anime, feel free to let us know. But yeah, I love how manga is like black and white, and like the comics that I read were like all so colorful. You know what I mean?
But then you get those they're called color spreads.
Color spreads?
Covers.
Yeah.
To celebrate like a moment in time in the storyline, or just celebrating, years of work that the artist did. Those are usually in color. So I think I love that, because it's like you're so used to the black and white, and then bam, you get this like crazy drawing and
full of color and life.
Full of color and life, and it's just like it just makes you appreciate it that much more.
That much more, right? Yeah, it's funny because actually my first anime that I ever watched was the same one that you introduced me to, which is Cowboy Bebop. And I'm not going to lie, I shed a couple of tears watching that animation. Especially
Did he die or didn't he?
I don't know. It's up to... And I love when artists do that. And the fact that this artist in particular did that, it was up to the interpretation of the audience. I just think that was amazing, because it's just like I feel like not a lot of artists tend to do that. There are obviously some who overdo it, but this one, I love how it was just one season and it didn't continue. It kind of sucks that there was only one season. I wish there was more, but it is what it is,
I feel like during that time it was really only one series. Like you never had like a season 2. If you see like the patterns from other animes, like that was pretty much it. Like 26 episodes was kind of like the layout,
Yeah.
Like there wasn't anything more. But now I feel like the artists are seeing how invested and how you get really connected with the characters, and they want to continue that story. But the beauty about like the one season is that the story can still go on, because it's like left on a cliffhanger. So
Yeah, exactly. And then I agree, because a lot of times Marvel has done that. Not to bring up Western animation like cartoons. There has been a couple. It's like slipping my mind. I forgot what show did that, but I was just like, oh dude, there's only one season of this cartoon. I'm like, dang. But yeah, right now I'm actually currently watching what's the name of it? Akudama Drive.
Oh yeah.
Akudama Drive
just finished that one.
I did. I can't wait. They left so many cliffhangers. I can't see this one not going and having
another season.
Yeah, not having another season. I'm just like, they better, because they have like this story is unfinished. I feel like there's a difference between leaving it on a cliffhanger and not finishing the story. And this anime, I know, just didn't finish it because it left so many unanswered questions. Or left so many unanswered questions. Is that how you say it? Yeah, that's how you say it, right? But yeah, which one are you currently watching? Which anime are you currently watching, and which one are you currently like really into?
I have been into an older one. Not too old, but Fairy Tale. Dubbed.
That's right. Ooh,
I know.
Wow,
okay, don't hate me though.
No, I know. And you know what? I think it's a little toxic in the community. A lot of people were like, "Oh, you watch anime dubbed? You're supposed to watch it subbed. Like you're supposed to watch it in Japanese because that's how it was originally created with Japanese voice actors."
Which is true. Which you kind of like made me realize. Like, of course, I want to be, learn the language,
Yeah,
and that's such
I want
a
our
great
kids
way.
to learn how to speak Japanese. That'd be so cool. Like waking up and be like, "Ohio" with my children, Victoria's is Hunter x Hunter. No
that's
way.
a good one. I love that one.
I have yet to see it, but I definitely will give that one a watch.
I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're pretty much on Funimation, probably Crunchyroll.
Yeah, and then right now, another one that I'm currently watching is My Hero Academia with my little love, Valeria.
Vale.
Yeah, we're setting up dates, and we go on like Google Meeting, and we watched a couple
4?
episodes.
Episode 5?
No, episode 5. We're on episode 5 of My Hero Academia, and that one's so good. You and I actually watched. We already finished it. We watched
up to what season 4. I think
season
is the
4.
newest
Yeah.
one, right? We're waiting.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's so much I want to talk about, especially with that one. There's this TikTok that I recently saw of this TikToker. They're like, reading is a lot sometimes, though. Yes, it can be. And Nana had said that too. She's just like, ooh, but it's hard because you got to read and then watch and read and then watch and read and then watch. And it's just like, I get annoyed with it too, but at the same time, I just genuinely enjoy it. Valeria says hi. Hi, Vale.
Hey, Vale. Welcome. We missed you.
We love you, girl.
Oh, yeah, is that how you do it?
Yeah, it's like this.
BTS rocks, by the way.
BTS rocks.
I just discovered BTS, and knowing that Vale has already known them much longer, she's seen them live. Like,
yeah, she's seen them in concert.
That's
at
amazing.
Age what? At age what? Like 4?
I need to ask her for recommendations for artists because BTS rules.
Blackpink, and oh my gosh, she knows so many Korean artists, and I love that. Yeah, even some Korean art, not manga, but Korean art or comics are considered, or I think what it's appropriately called is webtoons. And some of them have been made into animes. And I absolutely love the one of the new ones that just came out. It's called God of High School.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was reading so intensely into that webtoon, and I absolutely loved it. Yeah. One of my favorites, I know you don't have a favorite, but one of my favorites for anime is I can't have like a top number one, but the ones that are like right up there.
I think I know which one at least you're gonna say.
Is Samurai Champloo. Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop. Both of those are like right there. Those two are my number one.
And they're so different.
And they completely are different, but I love what's the actor's name? He's the voice actor for Spike
Spiegel and Mugen.
In Mugen. Yeah, definitely animes that I would love to show Valeria, but that are not child appropriate, you know.
Yeah, let's hold off.
Yeah, let's hold off until she's a teenager.
But she's older.
Right. But right now, I love setting up dates with her because right now we do get to spend like a couple hours, or maybe not. I think yesterday's date was about an hour, and we just watched 2 episodes of My Hero. And I'm glad that I get to rewatch it because speaking back on the TikTok, the girl's like, what is one anime scene that gives you immediate serotonin or immediately rises your serotonin levels? And it was that scene of Midoriya with Torodoki, and then they were fighting, and I was just like,
the arena.
Ooh, yeah. That one definitely gives me goosebumps. But another good one is Haikyuu. I remember Vic, she watched that one as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, you gotta watch this one. And
volleyball.
It's volleyball, yeah, because all of us as siblings, we all played volleyball at one point, and I still I used to, but because of the pandemic, I don't get to. But yeah, that one's a good one. Yeah, I just love that you were able to open my eyes to a community that I had no care to, you know, and I feel like it's such an escape, and it's so beautiful to like really indulge in. And to see like that there's such a large community. Like I know before you were saying it was like hush hush.
Yeah, you kind of were embarrassed when you either when you would go to Barnes and Nobles to buy a comic book, like you would hide it because you don't want people to know.
You said nobody can see this. But yeah, what are some of your top favorites?
Cowboy Bebop for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting me on the spot, man.
You have to. Come on.
Recent one, Demon Slayer. That one.
Demon Slayer is a good one.
So good. I'm trying to think. Oh, Bleach.
Oh, Bleach. I know.
Yo, Bleach. Yeah. That one hits my heart too. Wait, what did they say?
Francisco said, would the vintage stuff like the original Voltron be anime? Voltron. What's Voltron?
Good one.
What's Voltron?
Voltron. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Oh, Gundam?
No.
Are you talking about Transformers? No, Voltron.
Let's look this up. Voltron.
Oh my. No, I need to see like the cover art for it.
In 1983
Voltron. Yes. Is Voltron Western? Did it originate in the West? I believe so. So that one is actually considered a cartoon, not anime.
You can watch it on Netflix though.
Wow, I did not know that.
Voltron Legendary Defender. That one looks good.
He said, "Wow, thanks for making me feel ancient."
Oh no!
No. I didn't know.
Good.
They knew.
It's
they
knew.
Don't think so. Yeah, it's actually on Netflix. I'll definitely give it a watch.
It looks like Gundam.
Yeah, it reminds me of Gundam or like Transformers or something similar to that. That's pretty cool. But what other facts do you have to give the people, like in regards to anime? Because I feel like you're like 10 times more knowledgeable than I am when it comes to this stuff.
Well, you always bring it up to me. It's like pronouncing it. It's always anime from the start, from when I was introduced into it, But I guess it's pronounced if you want to be like politically correct, it's anime.
Anime.
Because even the way that it's written in Japanese, it's not anime.
Annie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it derives
like
from animation, like you get it.
Yeah.
I guess it's like it's funny when when it's said in the Japanese way.
Yeah, politically correct.
Yeah.
Anime. Yeah, because I felt weird when you told me. I'm like, anime. I feel like I'm being a poser trying to say it like anime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for me it's like either. Yeah, anime. Sorry if that offends anybody. But no, yeah, I definitely recommend to anyone who's even thought about it a little bit. Like, it's all good. Like, there is a huge community of people. Like, it introduces you to different types of music. Don't get me started on the openings and the endings. Like,
and that's crazy. I believe it was you that was showing me. We watched like a Netflix documentary on anime. Anime, and how people go crazy. Like there's these Japanese singers that go in concert and sing the intros and outros to
Attack on Titan. That's another good one.
Yeah, I think it was if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Samurai Champloo, their outro. It's called Cherry Blossom.
Yeah, I think so.
That one's my absolute favorite. And you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know it was part of that anime.
Lo-fi songs that Enrique was listening to before we ended up finding out that it was in anime that we were watching, and it just like blew his mind. And
I was just like, whoa. Yeah, a lot of the music that I listen to is like jazz inspired, is hip hop inspired, but is also like Japanese
like style
sort of inspiration as well. And I had no idea, because in some of the lo-fi or jazz hop music that I listened to, it would contain dialogue from stuff that I didn't know. And as Ariana would introduce me to like Studio Ghibli movies and animes, like I come to find, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is in the song that I listened to. And I'd pull it up and I'm like, look. And I would get like so emotional, like, wow, I didn't even know where this music was coming from.
Little did he know.
Yeah, little did I know. And I'm over here like admiring the beauty that someone put in the work to sample an intro or an outro of an anime and a Studio Ghibli movie, and then they would make it their own and like put jazz music in there or hip hop music in there. I'm like, wow, this is all just so beautiful. And I thought it was just so funny too, because every time you would just show me, I'm just like,
I know. I was just like,
you said, yeah. And then one of those songs happened to be Cherry Blossom, and you're like, I know this song. And you're like, I've been looking for this song everywhere, because it's like the guitar. I'm not doing it justice. I'll probably get copyrighted.
We'll probably get into music too.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into the music. But yeah, it's so beautiful, the culture, like looking at that documentary and seeing how involved people are. Like even in the streets of Tokyo, in the documentary, it showed people dressing up and sort of cosplay. Yeah, even just dressing up as their favorite characters, or singing the outros and intros of these animes. And I was just like, wow, this is such a beautiful.
It's part of the culture, like
such a
Naruto, like God, like.
Oh my gosh, and that's another one. And I told Ariana that's one that I'm like hesitant to get into.
Oh, and One Piece. I've been trying to get him into One Piece.
Yeah,
those are like sagas.
Exactly, and those two I'm like continuously putting off, and I'm like starting new animes that like.
Or a bit like shorter.
True,
Those are commitments, because those are like 10 plus years. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's,
and I love that Valeria was just like, oh yeah, I'm watching Naruto, and I was just like, wait, what? I was like, I haven't even
So that's
started
what's
Naruto.
up.
Yeah, you said, I
said,
remember when
"Yup."
you heard that, you're like,
She knows.
oh snaps, that's
she
what's
knows.
up. Yeah, exactly. And I was just so taken away, and then she's just like, yeah, I'm like on episode 2, and I think she's just like, I forgot what I had said. It was something in the lines of like, oh, I didn't know you like Naruto. I was like, who's your favorite character? And she's like, Naruto. She's like, he's such a bad boy. And I said, no. I said, oh, that's
Aw.
cute. But yeah, and I love that about her because, she's definitely indulging in like different cultures, even when it comes down to K-pop or Korean culture, also
Oh,
like
yeah.
Japanese culture. And I feel like anime is one way to sort of help you, or like a gateway to sort of help you get into the culture, because I feel like
it's catered to so many different types
exactly,
of people.
and I think that's what I love about anime more than cartoons, is because it's not what was the word that was used? It's not catered to just children. It's for adults, because there's some that involve a bunch of gore, and that it involves like brothels or
Yeah, you can definitely.
sex or something like that,
Yeah.
like drug use or like
Mhm.
addiction. And it's just crazy the amount of stories, like the storytelling that animes bring is just absolutely crazy, because it goes to show it's not just for children, it's for any age, to be
For
honest.
everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like this episode I definitely would want to have a part 2,
Oh yeah, for sure.
because I feel like this doesn't do it
We
justice.
just dipped our toes.
In such like in the ocean, not even a pond. But yeah, I'm glad that we were able to at least begin to sort of start the topic, because on the show, as we've previously told you guys, on I think it was the pilot episode. No, it was episode 1, because episode 1 we talked about like, oh, we're gonna talk about it on episode 2. We definitely want to give recommendation and review, sort of go in depth on the seasons of an anime that we're currently watching, give recommendations, analyze and stuff like that. We also want to get into mangas, and I would definitely love to talk about comic books as well, because that art is amazing. But yeah, that's going to be our next topic for our next episode, is manga. Thank you so much for everyone who joined us. And stay tuned. Keep in mind, we do live stream on Tuesdays from 7:30 to 8:30. It's not always going to be an hour. It'll be 30 minutes, but you can count on us live streaming.
For sure.
Yeah, around that time. Well, thanks again, everyone. We appreciate you coming through. Love you guys. We're your hosts, Live with Enrique.
Ariana.
Peace.
Bye.